Greetings friends, Jawless Paul here. Wanted to talk a little bit about a build that I found is how I finally beat Act 1, which is when you go down in the basement, you go all the way to the bottom, and then you fight the head hunter, not the head hunter, but the headsman or whatever, the guy who cut off the head. Anyway, and I wanted to show it to you, just to kind of show you what it is. The skills are down there at the bottom. It's repeater, and we turn it into fire damage with a trinket, slow time, closed body just for defenses, and this has a little bit of a damage boost, our dash, and split shot. And I'll show you what we do with this. So first of all, split shot, we convert it into a single bullet that deals 182% of the original damage. Got some physical damage boost, mana regeneration, mana on kill. The biggest issue with this build I've found is mana. And if you have a trinket that, usually I try to find a trinket that gives me mana on kill or just like better mana regeneration. This is not too bad. It does it's serviceable, I guess, but it's not the best. But what really makes this awesome is we convert all repeater damage to fire and adds a 45% chance to launch a grenade, and it does fire explosion, blah, blah, blah. But then marksman skills that deal physical damage to ignited enemies trigger a fire explosion, dealing 205% of the triggering damage and consuming the ignited status. So what happens with this is we end up putting fire on everyone, and then you either shoot them. The weird thing, I'm not exactly sure why it works this way, but sometimes the repeater will trigger the powder bag even though it's not physical damage. Like the repeater's damage is 100% fire. It's converted to fire completely. All repeater damage is fire. So I don't know why it's going off sometimes, but what you want to do is you want to ignite, like you try to shoot at the biggest enemy, you ignite them, and then you shoot your split shot, and your split shot does an enormous explosion of damage. Like if you can hit a group with it, first of all, not only does a huge amount of damage to the whole group, but it also ignites everyone. And so you just keep firing. What you do is you fire your repeater, get one enemy ignited, and then you explode them with split shot, and then everyone is ignited, and then you just clean up with split shot. And it's like these huge bursts of damage. It's like every other build that I tried was like decent serviceable damage. This just cleared the screen, especially in Act 1. I've started using it a little bit in Act 2, and it still works. I haven't even upgraded my pistol yet, which I could. Now that I'm in Act 2, I could upgrade this pistol. But yeah, it's still doing an amazing job. And so I basically put things on that give me fire damage. Bonus fire damage is maybe the most important thing for you to get, or like ignite chance. This is not even optimized. Like this is fine, but you want to boost your fire damage as much as you can. You want to, mana regeneration can be an issue with this, but yeah, I think with these relics that change these different abilities, you can get through Act 1 pretty well. So it was tough. Like this game, you can't just grind it out. Like you have to really sit and think about what your relics are and get them working in tandem together. And maybe this is a build that everyone knows about, and in that case, like, I don't know, that's cool. I mean, like I was doing other stuff, so like I did a whirlwind or a double knives build where I turned everything to lightning, and that was pretty good. But this was just ridiculous, like how much damage. I'll show some footage on the screen. Hopefully you're seeing some of it now as I talk, but it is truly a thing of beauty watching just these huge groups of enemies just explode. And yeah, it's wonderful. And these relics aren't even that, we didn't even upgrade the relics much at all because we were like really low on the sauce or whatever that, I don't know what that purple stuff is called, but yeah, you don't need much to make it work. You just want your blunderbuss relic, you want your molten relic, and you need your powder bag. And I think this marksman skills dealing physical damage, igniting enemies, or damage to ignited enemies. This one doesn't always show up on powder bag, I don't think. But anyway, if you found these relics, put them together, give them a try, see if it works for you. I'm really digging this game a lot. Like, I think that this game is it's different, man. It's like Hades. Well, and this is what they said, and this is how they described it, and it's making more and more sense to me the more I play it. But it's like Hades and Path of Exile, or Hades and Diablo mashed together, where you go on runs, and your runs are time limited because of the hellclock. But you also, like, you can't just go and get strong from the run. You have to have a loadout and a build that works. But you can swap these things out all the time. I do think, and I know that the developers have mentioned this already, that, man, the reliquary, there's no way to organize this other than by hand dragging them around to different pages so that it kind of makes sense. And I've sort of done that, but man, it's a pain. So I would love it if they could, like, they'd let you sort it by, like, what skill does it modify? Maybe an element type or something, right? Like, get all my lightning stuff on one page, get all my fire on one page, or my plague, right? And especially now that I'm in Act 2, like in Act 2, you get a whole new set of skills. This is the wrong thing. In Act 2, you get a whole new set of skills, right? Like you get all of these new skills from Act 2. So now we're getting all new artifacts, which is really cool, or relics, I should say, not artifacts. I wanted to show you the bell as well, because I had to respec my bell. I think I just did it once, but I had gone kind of this direction to get more soul stone, and the red portal is a huge deal. You want to get that red portal, and then you come down here. You want to get your reliquary size upgraded, and you can get this in Act 1. Some of these are like gated at Act 2, so like you can't get over on this side until you get to Act 2. You can't get over to this side until you get to Act 3. But yeah, I kind of beelined down this path. I got my Death Defiance over here, but then I beelined down to reliquary size upgrade and to upping my skill level by 1 point. It seems kind of weird. Like, it's weird to be able to, like, level my skills based on this tree rather than like some other mechanic in the game. But this was important to get these two. Like, I had to kind of respec to beeline to these two nodes here. So anyway, I hope that helps. If you're really struggling with Act 1 like I was really struggling to get through Act 1, and I thought, man, what am I doing wrong? It seemed like double blades was the best skill that I could use. Like, I converted it to lightning, but it still wasn't enough. Like, it wasn't doing enough damage once I got to the lowest levels of Act 1. But then when I switched to this build, it really helped. So hopefully it helps you. But also let me know other builds in the comments if you've got them. I mean, the weird thing about this game is it's actually really hard to talk about it. Like, I can't imagine like typing out what I did in a way that made any sense. Like, describing what all of these different relics do is sort of impossible unless you have the visual in front of you. Anyway, hope that is helpful. I hope you're enjoying this game as much as I am. I'm really having a blast with it. Anyway, we'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.